Today we're going to show you how to make a web banner in PowerPoint because your website needs a banner to let people know what the site is and what it's about. So we're going to use PowerPoint to do this. I've opened up the blank PowerPoint presentation. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of these text boxes by clicking on them, to select, right-clicking, and then choosing Cut. Now I have a nice blank screen to work with. To help me in designing my banner, I'm going to click on the View tab and then put a tick mark in the grid lines box. These squares will help me designing it. Now, to create my banner, I am going to insert a text box because banners need text on them. They can't just be pictures. And the text box I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5, not quite 5 grid squares long. And I'm going to put a tab in, and I'm going to type in the title of my website. In this case, I'm doing a website that helps people decide where to go for dinner. So it's called London Restaurants. U-R-A-N-T. And then I'm going to hit a return and 2 tabs, because underneath the title, I'm going to put my tagline. What's my tagline? Tagline is sort of like a branding or slogan that's used to create some sort of memorable phrase to sum up what the product is here and to reinforce the audience memory of what it is. So I need something clever about dining out. So let's say, okay, how about your guide to good eating? Your guide to good eats. Okay, I'll do that. Taglines also typically are italic, so I'm going to highlight this, right click and change it to italic, and they're small. They go underneath like that. Your guide to good eats. Maybe good eating. Your guide to good eats? Yeah, let's say that. Now, the other thing is the font. Do I want the default font of Calibri? No. I'm going to change the font to be something more readable on a website. A font without decorative edges, Verdana. Verdana is very readable in small point sizes. Now the website title, London Restaurants, I'm going to right click on that and I'm going to make that large. 32 points? 32 looks a little too large. I may have to edge this over a little bit. There we are. 32 points. And I'm going to change the font for that too. I want it to be decorative because it's large font size, so it's something nice. I don't want Calibri as a font. What could we choose? A decorative one. Oh, how about Baskerville? I like Baskerville. There we are. So we have something that looks pretty good and lets people know what our website is. We also might want to have some sort of logo or graphic over here. It's basically used to promote instant recognition. So when someone arrives at this website, instantly they'll know it's a review guide or guide to London Restaurants, and we'll have something here. Now we could insert there a picture if we have one. I don't have a picture from a file, so I'm going to use the clip art option. And I'm going to search for food. And I'm going to look at a Microsoft Office website as well. That's going to bring me a bunch of clip art. Now anything you put over here, whether it's going to be a picture or clip art, should have either a white background if you're using white as the background for your website, which is the default, or a colored background that matches whatever color you're going to use. I don't think I want cat food or dog food on there. I need something that, this guy, he looks like a waiter. It's colorful. It's nice. I'm going to use these squares here to resize this to fit into my banner. So let's go there. Okay, so that fits in. Let me bring him down a teeny bit. You can actually zoom in here if you find it hard to work. In a small thing, you can actually zoom up a bit. There we are. And I'll make the guy a little bit smaller. Can I get him just a little bit smaller? There. So he fits inside the square. Now, we have 2 objects in our banner. So the first one is this guy. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on him. And then I'm going to click on the text box here. Oh, he's outside the text box. See that? I better get him down a little bit. There. So I'm going to shift him and shift click this one. So I've got them both selected. Now that they're both selected, I'm going to right click and choose Group and select Group. These binds the 2 objects together into one. So now there's my banner. I'm all ready to save it. To save it, I select the whole thing, right click and choose Save as Picture. and it's going to bring it up. And I'm going to save it as a PNG type, portable graphics format. Let's give it a name, picture 3. I could call it banner. You notice I've had a bunch of these I've done already. And I'm going to click save for that. So that was the banner there. Now, this is a white background, so it works very well with the default. Now, what size is it, though? And do I have to do any editing of it? If I go in my file view here, I'm going to go courses there. I'll go to the folder I put all this stuff in. What was it called? Picture something, picture 3, I think. If I select that and right click, I can check a look at the properties of this and see in the details tab how big is it. Right now it's 741 pixels by 156. That's a little big for a banner. Most banners are no more than 100 pixels high. 80 is typical, and 741 might be a bit big for a Greenstone website, too wide. So I should probably have this maybe by 600 by 100 tops. So it's a little larger than what I want to do. What I need to do with this is open it up in a program to adjust the size of it. The simplest way of doing it, I'm going to drag it to my desktop, for example, because then I can open it in Microsoft Office Picture Manager, which on my machine is set to go to my desktop. Yours is probably different. Oh, I could have went anywhere and done it, so I probably should have done that. Here's picture 3. So I'm going to open that, and I'm going to change the size. It's very easy in this Microsoft Office Picture Manager by going to Picture and selecting Resize. And I'm going to change the size here. It says predefined height and width to the 640 size web. So that's going to make it 640 by 135. That's not bad. I could do the smaller ones, but I think the 640 is probably going to be decent enough. So I'm going to click OK. It's resized it to 640 by 135 pixels. I'm going to do a file save, and that saved my thing. Now I'm going to exit the picture manager. I'm going to put away my file manager, and I can actually exit this. Now there's all sorts of other things I could do as well. If you double click this and go on to the format tab, you can add all kinds of shape effects. Any of these things. I don't recommend the 3D ones. You can use any of these theme fills. There's a blue one. Not bad looking. I'm going to undo that. You could add, whoops, got to double click it, go to format, add, fill it with something, shape fill. For example, you could fill it with a gradient fill, light source, that doesn't look too bad. I'll undo that one. Or you could fill it with a texture. How about a fish? See? Actually, this is not bad. I like this fish one here, except for the fish there. Now, one of the problems is, you notice where the darkness is there. It makes my text less legible. You need light text on a white or light background and dark text. Dark text on a light background and light text on a dark. I'll show what happens if I put in something that doesn't quite match that. I'm going to fill it full of a picture. Do you have any pictures around? Okay, here's one. This is so you notice that it's mainly a black or darker color. So all of a sudden now my text really doesn't stand out. I would have to change my text color. If I click on that, right click, come on. Oh, how about that? Yeah, yellow, bold. And the text for this one, I'll make that yellow and bold. There, now that sticks out a little bit better. So once you've got what you want, save it off. You can make any number of these, try out different ones. Let's try it out in Greenstone and see what it looks like. I have a collection here in Greenstone I've created. All I have to do is go to the Format tab, General, click in this URL to About Page Image, and click Browse. And I can search anywhere on my machine for these pictures. I'm going to go to, let's see, Desktop. That's where I put the latest one. Picture 3, wasn't it? Open. If I want to take a look, click on Preview Collection, and there's Picture 3. See? Nice banner now. It's got a little image, help brand it. It's got a tagline, let you know what it's about, and it's London restaurants. When someone arrives on your website, instantly, by looking at this banner, they have a sense of what this website is about. Later on, they may read this text here that describes what your website is about, what it contains, who's responsible, what you can do there. Right now, this helps brand your collection. So that's how easy it is to do a banner. When you want to try different banners out, go back to your GLI, click a browse, select a different one. There's a different banner, click preview, let's see what it looks like. Too big. Not bad, nice picture, but a little too big. So I should bring this in to the Microsoft Office Picture Manager or Photoshop or the GIMP, Photoshop Elements, and make it a little smaller. Later on we'll show you how to remove this thing up here, these right menu from Greenstone, so you can have a bigger banner. And you notice this one here, the picture doesn't quite fit the background. That's the other problem with that. But at least now you know how to make a banner for your project.